emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.
Howdy, Brainiacs. It's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, September 9th. And a heads up to pre-order these books by this Sunday, August 16th. Final Order Report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to order pay securely and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight orders due Sunday on the Last Call page. That's what I've got up right here. And we will move right on into our first spotlight, which is going to be spotlight on graphic novels that are on FOC this week. And this section is sponsored by tonight's Drink and Draw. That's right, August 14th. That's tonight. From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be over at Downey Brewing Company, along with our pals from Blick Art Materials. We will be making available drawing prompts, pencils, paper, marker, and more provided. Join us at Downey Brewing Company this evening, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., downeybrewingcompany.com for more info. Be sure to Google Map that address. All right. Now let's move right on over into our first spotlight this week. And that is on Lost Sunday. This is a new original graphic novel from Oni Press with the creative talent of Ilyana Serdukin. Her Eisner-nominated all-ages tale about the need for free time in the midst of our very busy everyday lives. Beautiful artwork in the fairy tale, folklore, fantasy, and young adult market. Yeah, that'll be available September 8th. It's 80 pages for $9.99. Ooh, look! Viz is now available on FOC. And you can put in your orders this week for the next volume of One Punch Man. Volume 34 drops on September 16th from Viz Media. Also from Viz Media and available the same day is a raw, intimate coming-of-age memoir by renowned manga creator Shuzo Oshimi. Sound of a Blink. This is volume 1 from Viz Media. More manga, but from Drawn and Quarterly. This is called Hodo, a deeply affected portrait of a woman's life from the author of the Harvey Award-winning Mom's That? I don't know. I think they got that screwed up. Anyways, this is from Yang Shin Ma and will be available on September 15th, 296 pages for $30. Also from Drawn and Quarterly, the new graphic novel from Paul B. Rainey, Murder School. This is a hardcover, 216 pages, $27. Ooh, look, they're doing a compendium volume for The Preacher. Preacher is classic horror from the DC Vertigo imprint, and this volume 1 collects Preacher's issues 1 through 33, along with the Saint of Killers miniseries and the Cassidy Blood and Whiskey one-shot. 1,040 pages for $59.99. Garth Ennis, Steve Dillon, quality stuff. Available October 27th. Also in graphic novels this week is a new book from Z2 Comics. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. The life and legendary musician Johnny Cash, including his struggles with drug and alcohol addiction and the faith that helped him overcome them. Originally published in 1976, republished here by Z2 exclusively for local comic shop day to be released on September 23rd. And finally, in graphic novels, we have the long-awaited Ready Player One hardcover graphic novel, Volume 1. Of course, it's now a major motion picture, but I hear there's a lot of development on a sequel. This is created and adapted by Scott Peterson with illustrations by Meredith Laxton. This looks like a nice hardcover, 320 pages for $35. This looks pretty cool. Ready Player One. October 6th. October 7th, because I said so. There it is. All right, that does it for original graphic novels this week. Let's now take a look at Young Reader Comics. I think we only got one thing this week, and that is Archie Halloween Spectacular. This is a one-shot. Boo! It's spooky season, boils and ghouls, and we have a treat for you. More pages than ever. Riverdale becomes the scene of a monster house rally. Wait, house? Igor Estates is on the move with Medusa Doom at the wheel, bent on stealing all of the candy and kids in town. What has Mad Doc Doom done now? Archie and friends will need the help of unlikely allies, Cosmo the Merry Martian and Fly Girl from the Crusaders, to put an end to this trick. From Ian Flynn, Ben Galvan, we got covers from Stephen Butler. Available on September 16th with variant covers by Matt Talbot, Bill Galvan, and a full art foil variant from the A cover, Steve Butler. It's Archie's Halloween Spectacular. This is a one-shot available on September 16th. Oops. Yeah, there it is. All right, that does it for the young stuff. Let's move on over to a spotlight on Small Press Comics. This week, Small Press Comics is brought to you by our pals at the Senate Theater. Tomorrow they're showing a free outdoor screening of the B-movie classic, The Giant Gila Monster. It starts at dusk. Saturday, August 15th. For more information, check out senatetheater.com. All right, let's move on over into Small Press with Scoundrel. This is a new one-shot from Matt Howarth. That's cool. 24 pages for $5. This is sub-distributed from Prana Publishing and published by, I think, Cosmic Lion. Yeah. We got Razor Gray. This is the first of a 4-issue miniseries from Rocket Ship Entertainment, who's mostly been doing graphic novels, but is breaking into the single-issue market on September 23rd. Let's see, look, Battle Quest Comics is back with a new 4-issue miniseries based on the best-selling tabletop game from Plaid Hat Games, Summoner Wars, #1, from Justin Zimmerman, Paul Cornell, and Patrick Machi, September 16th. And look, we got a new 3-issue miniseries from the Drumsticks of Doom franchise. This is A Band on the Silver Mountain. Bad Idea has a new series called Lancer, featuring critically acclaimed screenwriter and master storyteller Mike Costa, who joins with superstar rising artist Jake Baker and Eisner Award-winning colorist Lee Loffridge for a pulse-pounding sci-fi action horror blockbuster. Pete Sanborn is a broke former Marine picking up extermination gigs through Lancer, a freelance app connecting veterans with military-grade kill work. Sounds like just the type of material that you're used to from Bad Idea. This is written by Mike Costa with art by Jake Baker and an A cover by Don Aguelo. Jake Baker. This is pretty cool looking. Giant space hogs. Manix Abrera on an augmented reality variant. Is that more? Yeah, it's $2 more. So I'm thinking that's some kind of gimmicky cover stock thing. It's all for Lancer #1, available on September 16th from Bad Idea. Titan Publishing continues to re-release classic Tank Girl material. This single standalone comic is called Tank Girl Blue Helmet Summer Special. This is a one-shot originally published in 2 parts in Deadline magazine almost 35 years ago, featuring Jack Kerouac, Allen Ginsberg, just walked away from the text, and the Hairy Banana Bunch. Read the whole stupid darn story in one gulp. Idea for losing your trunks around the pool this summer. Great type from Alan Martin and Jamie Hewlett. Of course it's from Jamie Hewlett. Look at this beautiful art. It's Tank Girl Blue Helmet Summer Special, September 9th. Let's see, this is 24 pages for $4.99. All covers from Jamie Hewlett. And maybe a fancy one in there. Also from Titan Publishing, a new 4-issue miniseries called Vampire Survivors. The things that go bump in the night fear only one thing: survivors. They grow in strength and conviction, and now use their expertise to vanquish those very creatures with whips, magic, knives, and garlic. When the Belpe's siblings are tasked with clearing out a library full of monsters, Imelda Belpe's? This Imelda stumbles upon an ancient evil so horrific it leaves destruction in its wake. From writer David Hazen, with interior art by Jimmy Kukaj and How Canola, with a cover by Jimmy Kukaj. David Hartman on the B, with a C cover from Federico Sabatini, available on September 9th. This is Vampire Survivors #1, 32 pages, $4.99. Oh, hey, surprise, look who's back. Zenescope is now being offered on final order cutoff. Look at that. Zenescope is back with a couple different things, but I'm only going to show you one right now for the sake of time. Look, it's the return of Grimm Fairy Tales, Volume 3, #1. Tome of Blood and Shadow, Part 1. Oh, that's right, the copy's only on the first one. Check it out. It's a new era for Zenescope's flagship title. It begins here. An evil has been unleashed, and humanity is imperiled as creatures of the night are emerging from their hiding places to prey in the light. Caris, the goddess of death, steps forward as the reluctant protector of humanity, wielding the Tome of Blood and Shadows, a grimoire containing the names, weaknesses, and destinies of every creature ever born from nightmare. Zenescope Entertainment presents Grimm Fairy Tales Volume 3, #1, available on September 9th. You got an A cover from Igor Vitorino. Greg Land on the B. Jordi Tarragona. Monty Moore. John Royal. Igor Vitorino's connecting variants. You got an, let's see, you got a 1-part, you got a 2-part, you got a 3-part, and then you got the trifold. It's Grim Fairy Tales Volume 3, Number 1, available on September 9th. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Look, it's back. All right, that does it for the small press this week. Let's see. Let's move on up to the indie press. They've all got an equal amount, so oops, pardon me. Let's move on up to Indie Press Comics, and we'll kick it off with our sponsor this week for Brain Candy number 81. This happens on Monday, August 17th at 7 p.m. inside Green Brain Comics, featuring the music of Willie Futang, the poetry of Esperanza Cintron, the prose of Zach Whedon, and the visual art of Lena Faye Bradley, and hosted by Aubrey Adkins. It's all happening Monday, August 17th at 7 p.m. at Green Brain Comics. It's absolutely free and open to the public for mature individuals. A Brain Candy number 81. All right, now let's move on over to the Indie Press. We got Hellraiser Resurrections, Hell's Council. Butterball was believed to be dead. Huh? But that was just the beginning. Pardon me. Let me fix this up here. Oh, there's the handsome man. A new era of ecstasy and agony begins here for Hellraiser. The long-awaited return of Hellraiser to comics is finally upon us. I think this is the third of 5 one-shots that will be leading up to the launch of the new Hellraiser ongoing series coming to shelves this winter. We saw the fall of Butterball at the end of Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Now we'll witness his rise as the wounded Cenobite is taken in by a mysterious do-gooder who slowly nurses him back to health, all while worming her way into his brain and maybe even his heart. Oh gosh. From writer Nero Villa-Gallos O'Reilly, with interior art from Francesca Sirigia. We've got covers from Suspiria Vilche on the A cover. Got a B cover from Federico Sabatini. An unlimited variant with full art from the Suspiria Vilche cover. A FOC reveal variant from Suspiria Vilche. That's pretty gross. And all 4 Hellraiser Resurrections, Hell's Council. This is a one-shot scheduled for September 23rd from Boom Studios. Also on September 23rd from Dark Horse Comics, we get a new series from the world of Hellboy. It's Ghost of a Ghost. After being exposed to After being exposed to a mysterious substance and giant robot Hellboy, super spy agent Jean uses her newfound powers as part of a mysterious spy ring entrusted to investigate mysterious substance stores and keep the powerful material out of the wrong hands. But just whose hands are the wrong ones is harder to determine than she thought. Chris Roberson, Michael Avon Oming, and Taki Soma join Mike Mignola in this psychedelic 60s spy-fi action series. Yeah, Agent Jean from Giant Hellboy Robot returns in her own series. Variant covers, well, we got an A cover from interior artist Michael Avon Oming and Taki Soma. And Dave Johnson cover on the B drops on September 23rd from Dark Horse Comics. And we got an exciting new debut. Don't miss the bold new beginning of the Thunderverse. From writer, Eisner Award-winning writer, Saladin Ahmed. With amazing art by Andrea Arcari. Chitara is used to hearing what others can't, but this is different. Oh, I think I read this before. I think this might actually be on FOC this week. But look, it's got beautiful covers. We got an A cover from Mark Spears. Everybody loves Mark Spears. B cover from John Amore. Drops on September 9th with variants from Karen S. Darbo. Will Robson. And an animation cell type art thing. Look, it's Thundercats Chitara #1, September 9th. IDW debuts this new Godzilla vs. America New York City one-shot. Hey, I'm smashing here. The city that never sleeps is in for a rude awakening as Godzilla makes his way from one coast to another to take a bite out of the Big Apple. New York City's next smash hit is gonna be on Broadway, off Broadway, and actually all around Broadway, and no amount of fast walking or turnstile hopping will help you escape this time. Hey, you on top of New York City, what? Top New York City comic talent assembles to bring Godzilla to the city that created comics. If Godzilla can wreck it here, Godzilla can wreck it everywhere. With a cover from Nathan Fox. A B cover from Dean Haspiel, of course. From IDW, it's Godzilla vs. America, New York City one-shot, September 23rd. Also from IDW, from their IDW Dark imprint, this is an expansion on the Smile franchise, January 1995. All eyes are on the American Arena League Football Championship game in St. Augustine, Florida. The Sharks gear up for the most significant event in the AAL's 20-year history. And Maximilian Dupree, their sudden star backup quarterback, is feeling the pressure from his teammates, his fans, and his debts to the city's gambling underworld. A string of suicides hits the community hard, drawing a desperate sports journalist to examine their connection to the big game. No one can trust anything they see as a mind-bending entity, and its frightful visions threaten their payouts, their sanity, and their lives. Based on the critically acclaimed Smile film franchise, writer Stephanie Williams and GLAAD Media award-winning artist Pablo Collar are sure to run fear across the goal line. Time to place your bets. Kickoff approaches for a Sunday ritual that will have you ready to win or die smiling. With an A cover from Ashley Witter, a B cover from Jock, Pablo M. Collar on the C, it's Smile, Any Given Smile, September 23rd. Ooh, another big release from Star Trek IDW. The mission is new, their legacy is not. From the pen of fan-favorite writer Christopher Cantwell and the brush of psychedelic standout Dennis Menhier comes the launch of an all-new flagship. And this time, we're busting out of the 4 quadrants. The Enterprise G is on a desperate mission beyond the known galaxy to relocate the dying Avuran people when its crew finds a perfect new home in a region of unknown space called the Epsilon Corridor. 3 pristine Class M worlds, the Trinity, await the refugees. No sign of civilization, no detectable threats. A colonist dream. When the dream fractures fast, but the dream fractures fast. From writer Christopher Cantwell, interior artist Dennis Menhier, with covers from Dennis Men here on the A. Got a photo cover on the B. Patrick Horvath from Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees on the D. A local comic shop day variant by Elizabeth Beals. Very nice. Available on September 23rd, with a special foil variant for $12.99. It's Star Trek #1, available on September 23rd from IDW. Moving on over into Image Comics, and very excited to announce the debut of this new mini-series from the Eisner Award-winning team. Behind a Little Bird and Precious Metal comes the new dark fantasy phenomenon of 2026, the Carmen Blade. A dying world under a tyrant god, a blade to free them all. A young man on the outskirts of a dying world is chosen by a blade forged of stars to slay the despotic deity Kalu and free the water he hoards in his kingdom. From writer Darcy Van Polgest and artist Ian Bertram, Carmen Blade #1 of 4 drops on September 9th with a beautiful A cover from Ian Bertram. A C cover also from Ian Bertram. I'm very excited to read this book. It's beautiful. The Carmen Blade. Ooh, look at this cool thing. This is the miniseries premiere of Spawn 77. In 1977, a young artist had his first ideas of a character he would name Spawn. That man was Todd McFarlane, man. Now, 49 years later, Spawn is an international sensation that has spawned a movie, toys, games, and an animated series. It has been translated into over a dozen languages with fans across the globe. Now, in collaboration with acclaimed artist Mark Spears, Todd McFarlane brings a vision of his original idea to the Spawn universe, a completely new and exciting take on the fan favorite character. Covers from Mark Spears, Todd McFarlane, and Emma Rios. It's a wickedly different version of Spawn, starting here on September 9th. Yeah. And that does it for our focus on indie press. Let's move on over into DC Comics. This week, DC Comics is brought to you by BRAINSCAN, our weekly new comic day preview. A live stream from the floor of Green Brain Comics on Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. right here on YouTube. Make sure to check it out. BRAINSCAN. All right. First thing from DC Comics, an exciting new one-shot from the Absolute Universe. It's spinning out from Absolute Catwoman comes the Absolute Demon's Hand. Years ago, the Joker trained with the League of Assassins, and when he learned all he could, he slaughtered everyone. But out of the wreckage of what was left came Lady Shiva and her daughter, Cassandra Cain. Learn the origin of the Absolute Universe's most formidable assassin, and how her story is one that is intertwined with the world's greatest thief, Selina Kyle, Catwoman. Absolute Cassandra Cain, The Shadow's Hand, a one-shot, drops on September 9th from writer Shay Grayson, co-writer of Absolute Catwoman. Featuring featuring interior art from Matthias Bergera. That's pretty exciting. And a cover from Bengal. Matthias Bergera on the B. That's beautiful. A Mateus Bergera variant? I don't think so. No, that's Lee and Hyuk. That there is Derek Chu. All for Absolute Cassandra Cain. Available on September 9th from DC Comics. The next big debut on FOC this week is a 2-issue miniseries spinning out of Batman Bad Seeds. It's Gotham Central #1. Is this the last stand for the only good cops left in Gotham City? A killer is on the loose. Someone is stalking Arkham Towers. Dr. Zeller, the subways are out of control, and Anarchy's first just pulled a big-time heist, with Vandal Savage diverting the GCPD's resources to his single-minded war against the Bats and the Bat family, trying to stop Poison Ivy while evading the GCPD. There's almost no one left to do actual police work. Looks like Officers Gordon and Espinoza have their work cut out for them. From writer Christopher Cantwell, who's getting a workout on FOC this week. He's joined by artist Jacob Phillips, who did this A cover. I got a B cover from Mike Perkins. These are cardstock variants for $1 extra. We got a Martin Simmons cardstock. Yeah. Got a foil version of a Dustin Nguyen variant. All for Batman Bad Seeds, Gotham Central, #1 of 2, September 9th. And on FOC the same day, but shipping a couple of weeks later, it's Batman Bad Seeds, Gotham Central, #1. Gotham General, pardon me. When disaster strikes, not all of Gotham's heroes wear capes. Welcome to General, Gotham City's Tier 1 Trauma Center. Power is out, fires are burning, Transpo is shot, and the calls just keep coming. What's going on here, bro? You're upside down. There are more patients than beds. Half presenting with respiratory complications, the other half suffering hallucinogenic psychotic episodes. In every other emergency department in the DCU, this would be a catastrophe. For Dr. Ava Dastur and the men and women working at General, it's a Tuesday. Well, if you're reading this in real time, it'll actually be a Wednesday. DC Comics is pleased to introduce you to the staff of Gotham General. No capes, no costumes, and don't call them heroes. This is their job. It drops on September 30th. From writer Greg Rucka and interior artist Rosa Ekadal, who did this A cover. Very nice A cover. Javier Fernandez on the B. Mitch Gerrard's on the C. Splotchy. A Bad Seed spot foil variant featuring art from Dustin Nguyen. It's Batman Bad Seeds, Gotham General, #1 of 2, September 30th. And that does it for DC Comics this week. Let's scroll right into Last Call for Marvel Comics. This week brought to you with a reminder to check out Brain Candy 81 this Monday, August 17th. See a bunch of awesome entertainers and creatives for free. Check it out. More info on greenbraincomics.com. All right. Marvel Comics. We got a new story arc kicking off in Daredevil, a very popular series right now, written by Stephanie Phillips with interior art by Flaviano. Too Many Crooks in Hell's Kitchen. And on this cover, cool head shape. New York City is flooded with crime. When an invaluable piece of evidence is out in the open, It's an all-out assault on the law from New York's most dangerous mobsters and murderers. But when old friend and foe, Elektra, re-enters Matt Murdock's life after weeks apart, it could spell disaster for the man without fear. From Stephanie Phillips, and art by Flaviano, who, let's see, we got an A cover from Lee Garbett. Flaviano on the B. This is a two-part connector. Luciano Vecchio with a Fall Fantasies variant. And Nogi-san, available on September 16th from Marvel Comics. Ooh, it's the next one-shot from the Marvel Mangaverse anniversary, 25th anniversary set of one-shots. It's Arcane Avengers. Cursed to be sorcerer. Cursed to be a sorcerer, recruited by the 10 heads and forced to undergo magical experimentations. The Winter Soldier leads a reluctant squad of sorcerers, Bloodline, and Wiccan to defeat and imprison demonic yokai from their captors' nefarious purposes. As a new wave of yokai incursions stretches resources thin. Will this be the opportunity Bucky Barnes needs to make his escape and finally be free? From Rising Star, Ashley Allen with interior art from Mirka Andolfo. We got an A cover from Yuji Kaku, available on September 16th. You can pre-order the special variant by Ryan Gonzalez, available on the same day. It's Mangaverse, Marvel Mangaverse Arcane Avengers. And next up, I didn't check to see if this was a one-shot again. Spinning out of that Web of Venom one-shot that came out a couple of months back. But I will say Amazing Venom #1 is on the schedule for September 30th from writer Luke Ross and artist Stefano Caselli. And last we left the red and blue be-symbioted Fred Myers, formerly Boomerang, now Comeback. He was trying to keep his life uncomplicated. The last thing he wanted was to get caught up in the symbiote nonsense of Hela and Null's war over Earth. Cool mouth. But the best laid plans of saps and symbiotes often go awry. Now, in the fallout, Fred and his symbiote, Passenger, find themselves on a mission. Way more complicated than your average Venerang can handle. It's Amazing Venom. From Luke Ross, Eric Larson, from Jordan Morris, artist Luke Ross with an A cover by Stefano Caselli, available on September 30th. Pre-order these special variants from Eric Larson. Is that a redo? That's awesome. Ryan Brown on this artist variant. Luke Ross, who does interiors on this. Did that again. Oh, we got a foil variant, which is a great opportunity to talk about this. I will start ordering these for the shelf as of, I think, this FOC. Marvel has pledged to put an appropriate cover price on these. These will be going for $3 over the regular cover price, which is $4.99. So this variant will be, in spite of the needing to quote a price, this will be $7.99. It will be marked $7.99 on the cover, and I'll have copies on the shelf. Matteo Lally art. It's Amazing Venom #1. Luke Ross, Stefano Caselli, September 30th. And headlining today's show, it's the brand new miniseries aliens versus xenomorphs. They went looking for a phoenix egg. They found something else. The X-Men return to Earth with a deadly cargo, and a violent battle between mutant and alien begins. And will an unexpected ally turn the tide in the X-Men favor? In this special crossover, decades in the making, the new evolution of Marvel's mightiest mutants begins. Will anyone survive the experience? Plus, the first chapter of an all-new story by the legendary Chris Claremont featuring Kitty Pryde, the Brood, and the Xenomorphs. Main story from Kieran Gillen with interior art by Geraldo Borges. It's 40 pages for $5.99. It's Alien vs. X-Men. We got a Ryan Stegman cover on the A. A pretty swell cover, too. I like it. A B cover from Alan Qua with the movie poster homage. Bjorn Barons on this super gross muck-covered battle scene. And let's see, we got a Pablo Villalobos cover that I like a lot. That's pretty cool. It's Aliens vs. X-Men #1, available on September 30th from Marvel Comics. Get your orders in by this Sunday at midnight. You can place those orders on Comichub. Yeah, you can place your orders on Comichub, or you can let us know at the counter, and you can email us. You can do all that stuff. But that does it for Last Call for final orders. Yeah. All the comics on Last Call this weekend were, that's just some of the stuff that's on Last Call this weekend. You've got until Sunday at midnight, August 16th, to lock in your pre-orders for these and many, many more. Make sure to send and confirm those items in your Comichub cart before the deadline. Thanks for tuning into the Last Call, the final order report. Stay up to date. Well, first, I'd like to thank our pals at Klezmageddon for our awesome theme song. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All of the links you need for our shopping cart, website, and Comichub are right below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks.
Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.